Hello Home Slices, it's Kiara with Home Slice Adulting coming to you with my review for Love and Hip Hop New York Season 7 Episode 3. There's a lot to cover, so let's just get started. First, we start off with Juelz Santana and Kimbella. This is the first time that we see them back together after Kimbella pops up and acts a fool in the studio. And Kimbella just says that she goes Incredible Hulk, you know, for Juelz Santana, and Juelz is saying that he wants her to feel secure in their relationship and know that he doesn't want anything to do with these, you know, studio hoes. So it seems to me that Juelz is trying to change, and I think Kimbella should just, you know, chill out a little bit. So good on them. Next, we see Sky and DJ Drewski, and apparently they are business partners, and they started a collaborative business called Strip and Fitness, where DJ Drewski brings the music and she brings the fitness aspect. But apparently Bianca has been blowing up DJ Drewski's phone, and she continues to blow up his phone in his girlfriend's presence. Now, he does not lie and say that somebody else who isn't Bianca is calling, but Sky asked him to put it on speakerphone. So on the phone, it's Bianca in her baby voice, and she's like, I wrote a song that was inspired by you called Miss You, I Want to Kiss You, and all this other stuff. And I was like, first off, the song is high school and it sucks. But second off, like Scott said, you can't be missing and want to be kissing somebody else's man. So DJ Drewski, instead of setting boundaries with Bianca, he's like giggling and pretty much condoning her behavior right in front of his girlfriend, which should have been a signal to Sky that, hey, he's not really serious about our relationship. But whatever. When he gets off, before he gets off the phone with Bianca, he says that he wants Bianca to get on a song that DJ Drewski wrote and dedicated to his girlfriend. Now, in what world is that okay? For you to get somebody that you've had sexual tension or a history with to rap on a song that you are dedicating to your new girl who doesn't even like Bianca. Like, DJ Drewski doesn't know how to set boundaries, you know, in his head to be like, hey, that's a little inappropriate and disrespectful. This guy is like, why are you leading her on? Like, why didn't you check her? She needs to be put in her place. And DJ Drewski said something along the lines in his confessional about Sky needing to stay in her lane, as far as letting him handle the music side and letting her handle the fitness side. And here, like I said, the problem with DJ Drewski is that he does not know how to set boundaries. He does not know how to set professional boundaries with Young B, and he also does not know how to set professional boundaries with his girlfriend slash assistant. But if you set the precedent that your girlfriend has some type of power or influence over the moves you make in the music world, then you can't expect her to give up that power and tell her to stay in her lane when she's been helping you. Next, we see Yandy meeting up with Judy, who is Mendici's mom. Now, Judy is being a little messy, but Judy claims that Kim, the grandmother of Lil Mendici's, has been the primary caretaker of Lil Mendici's instead of Samantha, Lil Mendici's mom. Now, that doesn't sound unlikely. I mean, I'm under the impression that it's true, and but the problem is that I don't think it should matter. I mean, you know, Judy said that Samantha pops in and out of Lil Mendici's life, but I don't see why that should be a problem. I mean, especially in the black community, if the parents are at work, or if the parents, you know, have issues where, you know, they're not doing what they're supposed to for their children, or they can't be there for their children, the grandparents chip in and they help out. And to me, that wasn't really a big deal, but to Yandy, it was very upsetting to her, because Yandy acted like Lil Mendici's is living in squalor over at Kim's house. So next we see Sky and Mariahlynn, and they are both using each other. Nothing about their friendship is actually friendship. Mariahlynn is using Sky to get her song played on the radio by DJ Drewski. She even says it herself in this very scene. But Sky is using Mariahlynn to get Bianca off of that song that DJ Drewski wanted to put her on. Sky tells Mariahlynn about the launch party for Stripping Fitness, and she wants to invite her to the party, and she gets very cryptic and starts talking about this, you know, this mystery artist that is hitting on DJ Drewski, and that DJ Drewski wants to put on this track that's dedicated to her. So Mariahlynn is like, well, you know, I'm all about, you know, dismissing these homewreckers, not realizing that the mystery artist is Bianca. So moving on, we have Juelz and Snoop, and Snoop is telling Juelz all about the incident that happened at the podcast with the strawberries, and Juelz is like, you know you weren't supposed to do that. Juelz knows all about getting himself into trouble with women. Snoop is saying that because of the way Adrienne reacted to the whole strawberry incident, that she is having second guesses. And I'm like, in what world are you the person who messes up in your relationship and your significant other gets mad, and because of how mad they got at something you did, you have second guesses about the relationship? That's not how that works. What Snoop did say was that her business relationship with Sophie Green was not worth losing her romantic relationship with Adrienne, and she manages to push Sophie Green over to Juelz. And I was like, red alert, red alert, red alert. There is something wrong with that picture. And like Juelz said, he had just gotten out of hot water with Kimbella, and now Snoop is trying to push him back into hot water. So the first things first, Snoop definitely could have passed Sophie Green off to DJ Self, because technically DJ Self is the reason that Sophie Green and Snoop even connected in the first place, by taking her to that little, you know, open mic thing. Juelz Santana, I do not want him to fall into this trap. Sophie Green is not talented musically as far as I'm concerned, but she is an attractive woman, and she's the kind of person that Kimbella does not want around her man. So Juelz Santana, you shouldn't even entertain that. Next we have Yandy and Kim. So Kim is the mother of Samantha, who is Lil Mendici's mom. So Yandy, you know, confronts Kim about what Judy told her. Now Kim didn't necessarily deny it, but she was saying that, you know, Lil Mendici's is taken care of by both me and Samantha. And like I said, I don't think that should be a big deal. But because I don't know Kim's living situation, the way Yandy kind of talked about it and made it out was like Kim's living situation wasn't conducive to Lil Mendici's having a good life. She made it sound like that the place that he was staying did not have enough space for him. And Yandy was just under the impression that Lil Mendici's would have a better life with, you know, living with Yandy and his siblings. And she even went so far as to say that Lil Mendici's was not happy. And, you know, Kim was very upset. She said that Yandy is always throwing Samantha under the bus and always overstepping her boundaries. Kim was so mad at the rumors that Judy was spreading, she just knocked the table over, and Yandy was looking like, what the heck just happened? But next we see Cardi B and Mariahlynn shopping, and Cardi talks about how she's starting to think that, you know, her producer Swift is liking her and whatnot. And I'm like, if the kids didn't tell you, I don't know what would. The producer Swift has been encouraging her, and that he has been her best friend. I mean, how is he your best friend and you don't know that he's in a long distance relationship with his girlfriend who lives in London? That's because you are not his best friend. He just wants to have sex with you and make money off of you. But anyways, they talk about this mystery artist that's pushing up on DJ Drewski, and how Sky wants to put Mariahlynn on a song that DJ Drewski has that's dedicated to Sky. And you know, Cardi B kind of says, you know, I know for a fact that Bianca likes DJ Drewski, and Mariahlynn becomes concerned that she and her friend were both asked to be on this record, and that it's gonna get her involved in some mess. But here we see her getting involved in some mess and instigating, and it's very annoying and very high school to me. Even though that the the conversation about who the song was going to needed to be had. Next we see Kim and Samantha and a new person named Erica. Kim calls an emergency baby mama meeting and tells them what happened when Kim met up with Yandy. And I, off the bat, do not like Erica. Erica is the mother of Big Mendeece's second child, and her and Yandy have a lot of stress in their relationship because Yandy apparently claims that Erica's son with Mendeece's was a break baby. So that's Erica's beef with Yandy. Now, Erica said that she's been co-parenting with Kim and Samantha for like 13 years now. But if you can co-parent with your baby mama-in-law, then so be it. That didn't sound like the right term for it though. Anyways, Erica thinks that Yandy is making things up and that she is kind of throwing Judy's name in there to stir the pot and create discord. And yeah, Erica, if you ask Erica, Yandy can't do nothing right. So I'm already not liking Erica. She has like this vendetta against Yandy and I don't like it. Now, I'm trying to figure out what child tells their mama to check a bee on their behalf. I mean, Samantha and Kim have the oddest mother-daughter relationship ever. We see Bianca and Drewski. Drewski must be colorblind because he called that blue wig green, but whatever. This is the problem that I have with Drewski. In addition to him not being able to draw boundaries between his business and his pleasure, it's clear to me that he does not really care as much as he should about his relationship. The fact that he asked Bianca to meet him behind his girlfriend's back, to meet him in his hood where they wouldn't run into his girlfriend so that he could talk to somebody that his girlfriend does not want him to be around, and somebody that he has, you know, sexual tension with and history with, it just shows me and everybody else that he doesn't really care about the relationship. And even though that situation in that scene was not technically cheating, all of that stuff, sneaking behind your girlfriend's back, is a precursor to cheating. So Bianca says that Drewski is getting himself into trouble and that essentially she's going to do what she wants until they get married. I don't want nobody coming after my man just because he don't have a ring on his finger. I mean, at some point you have to be like, you have enough integrity within yourself to say, I'm not going to break up any relationship, married or not. Drewski plays the track for her. She freestyles a little bit. She tries to get close to him and hug and kiss on him in the car, and he gives her a ride, and it's totally inappropriate. Next we have Adrienne meeting up with Kim at a park, and Adrienne is like, you know, Kimbella is my only friend. And I'm like, didn't y'all just meet on the last episode? I mean, she's your only friend? Like, how sad is that? And then I thought about it. When you move away from everything you know, your son, your family, your friends, your career, yeah, that's the price that you pay, going to a new place where nobody, you know, there's nobody there. You really don't have any friends, so whatever. She talks about the 4 cases of penises that were in the house when she came back, and how the strawberry thing happened at the podcast. And Kimbella was, you know, like, you know, I've been there. And, you know, most of the time Kimbella don't really be saying nothing. Like, her words don't really, like, there's no meaning behind her sentences. It's very hard to explain. But Kimbella was finally making some sense this time around. And I think her advice is, like, important for everybody who's in a relationship, and it's not to define yourself solely within the confines of a relationship. You need to have your things as an individual. So with or without your significant other, you know who you are, what you want to do, and what direction your life is going in. Next, we are at the launch party for the stripping fitness thing. And Sky kind of made me laugh when she said that Bianca came, you know, was uninvited and came in there with a blue helmet on. I thought that was very funny, especially considering how that blue wig was like a little stiff. But, you know, Sky comes over and they start arguing about who's calling who and who wants who and who's trying to steal who and who's kissing who. And Sky finally is like, you know, Cardi B is, you know, very you know, instigating that situation. Oh, how you know your man not calling, you know, Bianca? And so, you know, Sky's like, you know, come over, Drewski, like, let's ask him. And so they get into some more arguments, but the conversation that actually needed to be had was the conversation about the song. Now, the name of the song was Make It Official, and he had already, DJ Drewski had already said he wanted Bianca on the song and had already spoken to her about it, but Sky said that she wanted Mariahlynn on the song. And that's where DJ Drewski had a problem with Sky interfering in the business. But like I said, because he did not set proper boundaries between business and pleasure, Sky felt like it was within her, you know, jurisdiction to make a call like that. But Sky was like, he's not gonna play your music no more, Bianca. Your career is whack. And Bianca's career is whack. But whatever, everybody in that situation was whack. And Cardi was like, you know, you white boys are just as, you know, messy as black boys, whatever. Last, we have a meeting between Kim, Samantha, Erica, and Judy. Now, Kim claims that the whole idea behind the meeting is to figure out who is starting the drama, whether it's Judy or Yandy. She's also trying to figure out what they can do for the children. And I'm like, you know, she says that that's the purpose of the meeting, but I don't think that she was really going there to you know, get solutions. I mean, because if so, why are there 3 of them versus 1 of Judy? I think they went there to kind of gang up on her, and I wasn't a fan of that. Samantha says that since she was the first baby mama, that Yandy needs to accommodate her as opposed to Samantha being accommodating of Yandy. And I'm like, Samantha is one of the most disrespectful people on this show, but she tries to demand the most respect, and it annoys me so much. While I understand her saying that she was the first baby mama, and like it seems like she wants an award for that. If, you know, we're saying it in that respect, Yandy deserves a certain amount of respect for actually marrying the man, as opposed to you just opening your legs and having a baby for him. So by that logic, I mean, Samantha's just stupid. I really don't like her, like severely dislike her. And she's like, you know, until Yandy can respect me, I don't owe Yandy nothing. And Jesus, I'm just over it. I mean, Kim is saying that everybody just needs to be honest and then we can figure things out. And it's like, who cares what you guys' relationships are with each other and what your beefs are with each other? Do what you have to do for the kids and stop all of the arguing and bickering. I mean, you know, make arrangements, make schedules. Hey, you can pick up Mendices from school today and he can spend the weekend with his brothers and sisters. Figure it out and grow up. And Samantha keeps saying that she doesn't owe Yandy anything, but she's not realizing that by withholding Lil Mendices from Yandy and his siblings, that she is depriving her son of the only piece of big Mendices that's left, and that's his siblings. So she doesn't owe Yandy, but she owes her son that much. Next, Judy struck a nerve. I thought it was very shady, and I thought it was hilarious when I think Kim said something along the lines of Judy keeps, you know, throwing Samantha under the bus about her mothering skills. And Judy was like, you know, Samantha, you're doing better than you were before, because I know you had your issues. And it's like, well, while nothing that Judy said was not true, because historically Samantha has not been the best mother, Samantha and Kim got real mad at that. Erica just got on my nerves. During the confessional, she says that this whole situation is Yandy stirring the pot to create discord among the other women, when we clearly saw that Judy told Yandy that you know, the whole rumor and situation about Mendices being raised by Kim. Now, the issue I have is that Judy did not own up to actually telling Yandy that. And that's what gave Erica that impression. But Erica can go do something else because she's unimportant. Next, Samantha needs to be slapped. If my mom was sitting next to me and I talked to somebody else's mom, somebody who is my elder, the way that Samantha talked to Judy, my mom would have slapped me in my mouth directly for disrespecting one of my elders. I don't know what the heck Kim was doing just sitting there, and she said something to Samantha when Samantha told Judy, what's she saying? She said, Judy got a big MFing mouth. My mom would have popped me right in my MFing mouth, okay? And Samantha, like I said, she tries to demand respect, but she doesn't deserve any respect. Anyways, Kim just wants everybody to be honest. Everybody be honest. It don't matter. As long as a responsible adult is chaperoning the kids and supervising the kids, who cares what y'all's relationship is? Moving on. So next thing, Kim says she wants everybody to be honest, but Judy is like, you know, I'm calling BS on that. I know your game. You're going to go Incredible Hulk and, you know, move tables and all that kind of stuff. And then Judy is like, and not Judy, Kim gets all mad, and next thing you know, the vein in her forehead is like popping out and she's having chest pains. And we hear Judy laugh. Now, I don't know if they took that audio clip and put it over it, or if she actually laughed when Kim started to experience chest pains, but Judy did not care at first. And when she realized that it was serious, she, you know, went over to her and they called the ambulance. And I don't know, is this Kim's first heart attack? Because Samantha was actually very calm about it. She has a heart attack and is rushed to the hospital, and Judy is all like, this is why we got to stick together, you know, things can change in any moment. And I'm like, it's too little too late, Judy, okay? You're probably the one that, you know, pushed the heart attack over the edge. You know, you're the one who took her there. But anyways, next time on Love and Hip Hop New York, we have the baby mamas not getting along again. We see that Rich Dollaz is dating a 24-year-old child who is probably the same age as his 20-something-year-old child. Next, we have an argument between Sophie Green and J. Adrienne. And J. Adrienne acts a fool, and Sophie Green looks like the type of person who knows what buttons to push, and that hood rat button was the one to push for J. Adrienne.